Welcome to Sky Radio Talk Show. Today we have with us the production team for this season's biggest blockbuster, Esmerelda. First on, we have Amandev Gill to tell us in what way their media product uses, develops or challenges forms and conventions of real media products. So Amandev, where did you find inspiration for your trailer?
My group and I got our inspiration from the 2009 movie Obsessed. After analysing its trailer, the group decided on a thriller genre being incorporated into our product. We decided to use a similar storyline, which allowed us to appeal to a similar audience in that our storyline revolved around a twisted relationship with the addition of revenge. Due to this, our trailer uses the forms and conventions of a thriller and romance genre. We used a range of camera shots such as long shots and close-ups, used in a way very much similar to thrillers as our main actress silently approaches our protagonist from behind. We also slowed down the entire pace of our product to fit our thriller romance genre so as to create an eerie atmosphere in relation to the past depicted at the beginning of our trailer. The close-ups were widely used throughout our piece as the atmosphere heavily relied upon the expressions of our actors' faces as they revealed true intentions and dictated the storyline. At the beginning of the trailer, we added a sepia effect to a large chunk to indicate that the scene took place in the past. This fit into the romance part of the product as the past scene was used to illustrate a past relationship.
How did you incorporate the elements of romance and thriller?
We also incorporated forms and conventions of a thriller via the use of sound. We found a remade version of Crazy in Love, which connoted craziness and love as evident by the title of the piece. The music fit well with our piece as the music dropped in areas of intensity, creating suspense, which can be considered typical within a trailer. However, we challenged the conventions of a thriller as the piece of music itself was different to what would be used typically. We also did not use the sound effects as a thriller would due to the incorporated romance subgenre, thus resulting in us mainly relying on music throughout.
And what conventions did you use or challenge?
Visually, we follow some conventions of a thriller such as our protagonist silently being approached from behind unawares, creating suspense as to how the scene would progress. We also included a dreamlike shot with the help of effects of our female antagonist as she revels in the bed of the man she intends to take revenge on. This resulted in a surreal atmosphere. We were however limited by our equipment and shooting locations, which then forced us to challenge some conventions of a thriller, as there was no obvious action pointed out in our piece. This went against the forms of a thriller, which typically incorporate action shots and fast-paced visuals. We instead opted for a slower but more intense approach to make up for the excitement we would have otherwise lost due to being unable to shoot a fight scene. We decided to shoot a portion of our initial shots in Osterley Park. This generally challenged the conventions of a thriller as it didn't create a sense of tension until scenes from the present occur. The use of Osterley Park created a calmer atmosphere in contrast to an intense start to create a false sense of peace.
Was there any other process or feature that was challenged?
During the editing process, we completely challenged the forms and conventions of a thriller by mainly focusing upon a stance influenced by the romance subgenre. We included text which appeared throughout in elegant writing up until we state that the antagonist is back for revenge. This was drastically different to what would typically be in a thriller, but still works in aiding the thriller genre from being seemingly calm to much more intense. This was our group's own unique way of portraying a storyline, which seems like it is one thing, but it's actually very different to your original idea of the story the further you continue to view it.
Thank you for your time.